sounds that's what it sounds empty. I got a cold, and I think partially it was because it was so cold, like -8, -9, and I was getting inside and this wearing a very thin jacket, and the seat was super cold, and you have to wait till like 5 minutes till it warms up when you turn on the heater. And so now I just started and I let it run. So I like my bum to be warm. Thank you very much. And now today's Friday. I finally booked a load. It's about 4 o'clock now. So the plan is to go check on my truck because Sunday I'm leaving for New Jersey, and I'm gonna be back probably Tuesday. And I hope the truck will start now, but it's much warmer now. It's probably, I don't know, -15 Celsius. Like, people are practically walking in shorts and beach sandals. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean. So let's go see how the truck starts. And also I want to look at that option of because I forgot all about that. That actually I do have the engine heater. I'm not sure about the block heater, but I paid $1,000 extra to get the, I don't know what it is, oil heater, coolant heater, I don't care, but it's 2-in-1. It's Webasto. Like, the cheap one is like $1,000. It's just a bunk heater, right? I have a one step above that. Mine is 2-in-1, which you can set up. Like, I have a knob under the radio on the dash. I'll show you in a second. And I never used that one because it has a timer. You can and then actually I watched the video yesterday, and now when I'm in the truck I'm gonna look for a manual, because I remember there was a manual for this thing. And because I called Kenworth, I said, you guys have any suggestions like how to use it? How do I make sure that the truck starts, how to preheat the coolant? And the girl says, it's best to, and I quote, it's best to YouTube it. I'm like, what do you mean? She says, just do a search on YouTube. That's a new verb. I never heard that. So it's like people say Google, and now they say YouTube it. Hey, let's YouTube it. Cool. Yeah, until that we are clear. -11 Celsius is 12F. 12F. Okay, we still have snow, but it definitely feels warmer. All right, look at this. I think the spring is coming. Wow, that's pretty nice. But the rest of the picture is very bleak. All right, so basically the goal now is just to, you see, that's not good. Low voltage disconnect. And like, why are we disconnecting? Nothing was attached, right? And that's exactly why I want to do this, just to charge the battery. But now let's see, like, is there any heating? See, I don't see anything. Like, there's no heating elements. See, starts beautifully. -10. You see, the battery was below 12. I don't know, that's pretty cool. So you see, see, I got full fuel, and each tank has a bottle, like 1 liter of anti-gel. And I did add DEF, but I think it's still frozen. But I didn't fill it. I didn't fill it up. I just added a jug, like 1 gallon. But the one I was talking about is, sorry for the mess. Oh, by the way, I got this. Check this out. My favorite little grip. So I got this. See, and they were saying in the video that, but you know, I cannot see anything over here. Like, what the heck? Yeah. I know I used it. Manual. I have no idea how it works. I know you're supposed to use, I think there's one button over here and one button over here. Right? And then once you stop touching it, it's gonna shut off automatically. So yeah, I don't want this thing to, you know, degrade the battery any further. But it's funny, like, look, it shows, is the correct time? Yeah, it shows, look, 3:53. And over here we have 3:42, close enough, Friday. Over here, check this out. It's 3:53 p.m. over there. It's 3:51 over here. Oh, you seen it shut down. But anyway, let's see if we can. Oh, that's why. Because I left the printer. Shoot, I left the printer plugged in. Again, we have all kinds of mess in here. Very close, but that's, you know, normal atmosphere. But I know, I think I saw important. Oh, Webasto. Check this out. See, Webasto. And so that's gonna be my bedtime reading. But that's for the installer. I hope they have something in there for the end user. Okay, that's my new way suspension. Yeah, remember I put all these. Oh, there you go. Air heater for diesel and petrol, operating independently of the engine. Okay, so I think that's part of that. That's my Alcoa wheels. Basically, this is all the stuff I got. That's Jacobs vehicle systems. See, I have a Jacobs air brake. Okay, I mean air brake, engine brake. Okay, so we're gonna take all this. Hold on, let me put this. Nice envelope. I'm going back to the hotel, so I'm gonna read it. And yeah, it shouldn't take long. Let's go back in the car because it's still, everything is frozen over here. And I think that's another way how I got the cold. Like yesterday I started feeling almost fever, you know, and I'm drinking tea and herbal tea and coffee and stuff like that, and I still feel that I cannot, I'm chilled, you know, I cannot feel warm. And so I got afraid that I would get like a real fever, you know, or as we say in Russian, temperatura, and then what do you do? And so I did a search online, what's the best medicine for colds? And Google says, and they're never wrong, Google says, by all accounts, number one is Advil. Okay. So I didn't want to drive my car. I was in a hotel right next to Walmart. So I walked yesterday, like minus 20 Celsius, 8F, no, minus 8F. Walked there and I'm like a zombie, and I went to the drugstore inside and I said, ladies, can you please, I look at the shelf and there's like Advil, there's like 10 different, you know, bottles, special strength, or, you know, basic, or with some other additives depending on what you want to, you know, cure, what symptoms you want to kill, right? And I went to the counter and I said, can you guys give me some advice, like what's the best one just to to warm up, you know, to get rid of the chills. And he said, oh, just take this one. And he gives me a small tiny bottle, and I said, is there like anything bigger? Maybe like bigger pills, you know? And he says, and right above that, like the basic Advil, right above that was extra strength. And right away I had a light bulb go off in my head. I said, that's what I want. I want extra strength. And it's so dark inside over there, right? So when I was paying for it, there were a couple of girls chatting away over there near that self-checkout thing, right? And I say, hey girls, you have your glasses on? Could you tell me what the dosage is? And of course I have no idea. Maybe they're just there to give people wrong directions, right? But she, you know, she sounded trustworthy. She looks at the back of the bottle and she says, 1 pill every 6 hours, but not more than 3 in 24-hour periods. And I look at her, can I trust you? I didn't ask, but you know, I said okay. And so I took that one. It was like 8:30, and then I set up my alarm on the phone for 2:30. Woke up and I like, what the heck? Why my phone is ringing? You know. I took that one, and then I woke up again, you know, in the morning. And when I went to the coffee shop, I got another one. So now I'm waiting till 8:30 in the evening, right, to take another couple of them. But because I hate these drugs, you know, because they don't cure the actual disease, you know. All they do is just masquerade the symptoms, right? But I do feel much better because I was just ready to throw in the white towel and just go to a hospital or something, you know, get some prescription. So now I got some, so I posted on Facebook, I had some soup, that's what they say is good, and I got some salad over here. So just give me a basic garden salad. And so once we warm up the truck, I'm gonna go back to the Walmart and just buy maybe some nuts, you know, some nuts and some avocado just to cut in there in the salad. I love that green salad with avocado and a little bit of nuts. Not too much because they're very calorie rich. And also my brother was saying, he says, I'm not sure if you guys have it, but over here it's like magic. He says, once a year, I use it all the time. We call it here imbir. Imbir. I'm like, what the heck is imbir? Like, sounds familiar, but I totally forgot what it's called in English. But I know that it's something spicy, some kind of a root, you know. And he says just buy that dried root and kind of like cut a few pieces and just put it in hot water and just made a tea, you know. And I remember seeing some dried roots in the grocery department at Walmart. And usually I never use bilingual dictionaries, you know. It's always best when you're learning a language, it's always best to use monolingual dictionaries, like English to English, Russian to Russian, because that helps you learn the language, you know. But this time I had no choice, so I Googled, what's the English for imbir? And two seconds later, I was a proud owner of this scientific fact that imbir in English is called ginger. Semyon Semyonovich. Ginger. And I remember, yeah, they have it. And so that's the plan, to get some ginger, some lemon, or probably I'll just get lemon juice, that concentrated one, and maybe raspberries. Actually, in Russia, what we used to do when you're really sick, we would make tea with raspberries, just like what my brother said to do with this imbir, ginger. What we did is we took fresh raspberries, right, and we just put it, you know, in the kettle, and then we poured hot water over it. And I'm telling you, that thing, you feel warmth and you start sweating, you know. So unless you're dead, raspberry tea, like from fresh raspberries, it's amazing. And before, when I used to drink, now of course would be a pretty good excuse to go and get 50 ml of vodka And in Russia, what we did is, I think we did pepper. Yeah, you take a shot of vodka and you put, I think, honey. Yeah, honey and pepper, I think. But now I don't drink, so that's out. And I'm happy to report then that I'm still staying away from this stuff because I just lost, you know, the taste. And as one popular cowboy song states, that at a certain age, alcohol just stops working. You know, like, there's no point. So it's not working. If it's not working, like, why waste your time, right? Why waste your money? Okay, and about the load, so I was looking all over the place. I was looking, I found 2 free load boards. I was looking there, but all they had was some step deck loads, and there was some crazy loads from, you have to drive, you know, like half a day, and then it doesn't pay anything. And I was looking at step deck loads. I was looking at RGN loads out of Ontario. I was looking at RGN loads from US and other parts of Canada to Ontario. Like pretty much all Canada, all US. I was just sitting there, you know, my eyes are watering, my head is falling down, but I'm like, go get more coffee, and I keep digging. And the way it works on this load board, you can set up an alarm. Like, it's a sound, and they give you a few funny options. Like, one is scared the heck out of me. Once I activated it and I forgot, and it sounds like a boat, what do you call it, like a boat siren, you know, burp, like the boat gives that signal over the water, like a big boat. And I was sitting in the coffee shop and this thing started burp. People are like, what the heck, what is that, which way is boat coming from, you know? So now I plug in my earphones and I switched that. There was another more acceptable tone, but it's still cool, you know. Like, I already know all the loads that are out there. I talk to these people, I send them emails with my quotes, so nothing works, right? So now I'm all interested in some new listings, right? And on this load board, I sort everything like from the time of posting, right? So I can see the newest leads right away. And so I did that for step deck, double drop from Canada, double drop to Canada, and then I had 2 power only, Canada to US, US to Canada. Like, I posted my truck all over the places available: 8-axle GN, Chicago, Illinois, Baltimore, Maryland, Houston, I don't know. Like, you know, if somebody calls me, and actually when they call you, it kind of sounds funny. Oh, we see you have a truck in Houston. Well, not exactly. I'm like 1,500 miles away, but you know, if you pay the good rate, I'll go down there. Like, honestly, right? If the money is good, I don't care, because there's nothing here. And so eventually, after chasing these leads, since Monday, and just wasting time with super cheap loads, some guy posted 108,000 pounds. 108,000 pounds. Well, it was a shorty, but you know, you need 9-axle rig. You need a Jeep. You need a booster. You need to hire escorts. And so the rate is like, the rate per mile looks okay, but when you look at the amount, so this load would take like 1 week for sure, because the permits will take forever, you know, because it's so heavy. And like the rate was, you know, the gross amount was too low. Anyway, finally, I hear the beeping sound in my phones, in my earphones, and I see a new power only posted from US, and the rate is, you know, pretty good. So it's just a dry van load, but they want it in Canada, you know, ASAP. But it says must pick up today by 7 p.m. Friday in New Jersey. You know, you always have to give people options, right? So I email the guy, I find his email there on the listing. I email him and I say, hey, I can pick up this for double the price, but on Monday. How's that? No, I didn't say double. I think I increased the rate to by 40 or 30%, because it's quite far, right? For me, it's 500 miles empty, 500 miles back, so it's a 1,000-mile trip. But my truck payment is coming up next week, you know, and I gotta have the money, and I already spent the money I I got from the last trip, so I need to get moving. You know, I cannot just sit on my butt and watch YouTube videos. Anyway, this guy says, okay, that sounds doable. So he didn't start screaming at me, but I said, you know, I can only do it Monday or Sunday. I don't know if they open, right? He says, we're trying to find somebody for today, but if not, we'll let you know. And then we were exchanging some emails. He was asking me about my MC number. I said, yeah, I'm an approved carrier. I worked with the guys before. And then finally he said, okay, just send me your MC certificate. I did that. Then he sends me the rate confirmation. I check everything. The rate is good, but as always, it just says $sign and then the amount. You know, I always correct that because I'm Canadian. So I added a little text in red letters, US dollars. Then I sign it back. The guy says, perfect. And I called the shipper because there was a phone number. You know, always call when you have a long deadhead ahead of you, right? Especially Friday and Monday, right? Because I'll start trucking Sunday and they'll be closed. So like, how do I know that the load is still there, right? Like, I don't want to burn so much fuel and then I'm sitting there. Now I don't have a trailer. So anyway, I call the guy and some girl answers and I say, I'm a trucker, I'm picking up this trailer. Is it ready? And she says, yeah, it's ready. And I'm like, wait, I didn't tell you yet what trailer. She says, going to Canada. I said, yeah, like a dry van with some light load of parts or something. Yeah, we have it. You just, what time are you coming? I'm gonna let our security know, you know, to keep the gate open. And she says, what time? And I said, 8 o'clock. What time do you guys open Monday? And she says, wait, you coming Monday? And I said, yeah. And she said, well, we were hoping to, you know, ship it today. And I said, yeah, that's what the agent wanted to do, the broker, but they couldn't find anybody, so I'm the best guy you have, so and I'm coming Monday. Okay, let me take your phone number and I'll get my boss to call you. And I'm like, shoot, you know, I have the rate confirmation, but the shipper clearly has no idea that the trailer will be there till Monday, right? So good thing I called. And so then this guy calls me and he says, okay, this is so-and-so. He says, I'm the boss here. I'm the, you know, president, whatever, VP at this company. And we talked for a bit and he said, okay, so, but you'll be here Monday, first thing in the morning. I said, yeah. And he says, well, we're flying over there to Canada. We'll be there Tuesday. He says, when can you deliver? I said, wait, it's not oversized. It's not overweight. It's just a drive-in trailer. I can probably even pick it up Sunday because they told me where it's parked and there's no gate. Just go there, pick it up, you know, and start trucking. So I said, it's 500 miles, you know, like, I'm not gonna sit there for 2 hours eating pizza. I said, as soon as I hook up, you know, I'll do my best to deliver, just as long as you guys have customs paperwork. Do you have customs paperwork? And the guy says, actually no. And I said, well, it goes across the border, must have customs paperwork. And he says, can you call your broker that you got this load from? I said, sure. And so I emailed the guy and they're working on that, but I said, that's your only problem. Your problem is not me. Your problem is lack of paperwork, because all they have is they have a trailer with valid title and registration. I have the truck, I have insurance, and they said there's a fifth wheel lock on the trailer, and they said the key will be, and they told me what the key is, and I said, wait, so where's the paperwork? And they don't have it, you know. And I said, well, that's your weak spot, you know, like, don't look at me. I said, I'll be there as soon as possible, but I said, sometimes if you don't have the paperwork, you can be sitting there for 2 days, you know. And they said, okay, we'll let us know if you have any trouble with your broker, and we'll start digging from our end. And so that's what I'm doing. Let's go check on the truck, but it should be warmed up by now. Like my back feels really warm. I think I should kill this. By the way, one guy said interesting thing about display, voice, camera, engine off. Yeah, you see I switched this off so it doesn't start automatically. Otherwise, when you start the engine, it can get really hot, you know. No, it's not here. Like, I think I saw somewhere that hill start assist, because sometimes my the car just, see, what is this? Assist performance control. What is that? Current model, this, that. No, that's not that. All right, we have a guy coming in. I think you should have enough room here to back in. These guys are doing these super multi-axle. Check this out. I think they're hauling garbage to Michigan. And Michigan just likes when you have lots of axle. All right, so let's go check the temperature. You see, when it was minus 20, it took forever to warm up. Now it's, you see, and the oil is still over there, but I'm not too concerned because it's going to be pretty warm over the next few days, and the battery is good. See, the battery is at 14. So now we can go. We can go and enjoy the warmth of the hotel. And okay, for all those critics that always give me a hard time about my personal finances, my answer is don't worry about it. The personal finances are fine. Actually, I just restarted my investment program. Like, I had the direct investing account at my bank for a long time, and I tried it before, like using some magical formulas, but it didn't work. So now I decided that, I spend about $100 a month on lotteries, and those never work. And I figured, like, we have Lotto Max in here. Lotto Max, the chances to win are 1 in 18 million. And so I figured that if I can pick up some stocks, just some penny stocks, if I'm prepared to lose that money, so we should be good. So I just bought my first stock. It's a company that makes those robotic suits for Ford and Boeing, and it's like less than $2 a share. So why not? I think the chances are better than with lottery, So anyway, that was a quick update. So finally, we're starting trucking. Yeah, unfortunately, the trailer will be still sitting here, but I just need to make some quick cash so that I have money in the bank. And hopefully in February, the temperature should go up, and we should see some loads. And then eventually the construction season will start, and it'll be easier to find loads.